The more you try to fix your arguments, the more entrenched they become. Radha reveals, true harmony emerges not from control, but from understanding the karmic currents beneath the surface. Perhaps you find yourself caught in a familiar emotional tempest, a repeating argument with your partner that leaves you utterly exhausted, wondering if you're doomed to cycle through the same frustrations indefinitely. This isn't just about miscommunication. It's a silent, aching realization that something deeper, something unseen is at play. You yearn for peace, for a stable connection that doesn't erode your inner calm. Yet the chaos of conflict seems to pull you further from your desired sovereignty. This isn't a flaw within you, nor is it merely a personality clash. It is often the subtle echo of unresolved energies, patterns deeply ingrained, manifesting as friction in your most intimate bonds. Many women silently grapple with the agony of feeling misunderstood, unheard, or perpetually in conflict, believing that if they just try harder, are kinder, or explain themselves more clearly, the cycle will break. Yet the same dynamic returns, wearing down their spirit and reinforcing a subconscious belief that they are fundamentally flawed in relationships. This channel exists for the woman who has grown weary of superficial advice, who intuitively senses that the answers lie beyond external tactics and within the profound depths of her own being. It is for those who seek to understand the very fabric of their reality, the unseen threads of karma, and the potent power of their own will, as illuminated by the timeless wisdom of Raja Yoga and the insightful teachings of masters like Paramahansa Yogananda. Today, we delve into a profound truth. Many of your relationship battles are not merely personal squabbles, but karmic encounters designed to propel your spiritual evolution. Paramahansa Yogananda, a great spiritual master, taught us about the intricacies of the mind and the soul's journey through lifetimes. He revealed how our past actions and tendencies, our samskaras, deeply influence our present experiences, especially in relationships. These aren't punishments, but divine invitations to liberation, to understand the self beyond the immediate emotional turmoil. We will explore 4 potent signs that your recurring fights are indeed karmic, and how recognizing them can be your gateway to genuine sovereignty and lasting peace, transforming conflict into a profound path of self-discovery. This isn't about blaming or fixing anyone else. It is about activating the power within you to transcend these cycles and claim your unshakable inner calm. The first profound sign that your fights are karmic lies in their eerie familiarity. A sense that you've had this exact argument before, not just with your current partner, but perhaps with previous ones, or even echoing dynamics from your family of origin. It's the recurring theme, the script you seem to know by heart, even as you desperately wish to rewrite it. This isn't mere coincidence. From the perspective of karma, as understood in Vedic wisdom, these repetitive patterns are the surfacing of samskaras, deep mental impressions, or tendencies formed in this life or previous ones. They are like grooves etched in the subconscious mind, drawing to you experiences and relationships that provide the perfect stage for their release and purification. You may find yourselves arguing over trivial matters, a misplaced item, an unreturned call, yet the underlying tension feels disproportionate, triggering an immense emotional charge that seems to come from nowhere, revealing a deeper, unresolved wound that is being mirrored back to you. This leads us to the second sign, the eruption of disproportionate emotion. Have you ever felt a surge of anger, sadness, or frustration during a conflict that far outweighs the immediate cause? A small comment can feel like a profound betrayal, a slight delay in communication like utter abandonment. This intense emotional reaction, often baffling even to yourself, is a powerful indicator of a karmic imprint being activated. Your non-self, your ego, your mind, your conditioned emotional body, is reacting from a place of deep-seated past pain, not from the present moment. Paramahansa Yogananda emphasized that until we consciously address these subconscious tendencies, They will continue to dictate our emotional responses and, consequently, the dynamics of our relationships. The Bhagavad Gita speaks of the mind's incessant fluctuations, or vrittis, which can keep us bound to cycles of suffering. When these karmic samskaras are triggered, they churn the mind, creating a storm of vrittis that can feel uncontrollable. The path of Raja Yoga teaches us to observe these fluctuations, to become the witness to the emotional turmoil without identifying with it. This isn't about suppressing your feelings, but about understanding their true origin. The pain, the anger, the fear, they are not you. They are events happening within your conscious field. When you find yourself in an argument that feels like an echo from the past, or when your emotional response is excessively strong for the situation, ask yourself, what part of my sovereign self is this seemingly mundane conflict attempting to reveal? What ancient pattern is this present moment inviting me to observe and transcend? This introspection shifts the focus from blaming the other person to understanding the inner landscape that is creating the outer experience. It's an invitation to recognize that the fight itself is a mirror, reflecting what needs healing within your own consciousness, guiding you towards deeper self-mastery and ultimately emotional sovereignty. This painful repetition is a spiritual alarm, urging you to look deeper, to liberate yourself from the bondage of unconscious patterns. The third powerful sign that your relationship battles are karmic manifests as an inescapable stalemate, the frustrating inability to truly resolve conflicts, leading to emotional exhaustion and a sense of being perpetually stuck in a cycle, despite your most sincere efforts. You might feel like you're speaking different languages, or that a fundamental disconnect prevents any real understanding from taking root. You explain, you plead, you withdraw, you try every strategy. Yet the argument either fizzles out only to resurface later, or it escalates without a true breakthrough. This constant, unresolved tension is a profound indicator that the conflict isn't just about the issue at hand, but about a deeper karmic lesson that demands internal processing and a shift in consciousness, rather than just an external fix. It's as if the universe is insisting you address something fundamental within yourself before the outer dynamic can shift. This persistent lack of resolution highlights a critical error many women make, and it brings us to a vital technique from Raja Yoga. The fatal error is trying to control his mind, his reactions, or his understanding before mastering your own. You expend immense energy attempting to influence the non-self, the other person, the external situation, rather than directing your will towards your own inner domain. This leads to profound disappointment, because true power and peace reside within your own self. The yogic solution, and why most women fail when trying to not care, is that simply not caring is often suppression, a denial of genuine emotion. It's an attempt to control an outcome. The true path to liberation, illuminated by the archetypal figure of Radha, is through conscious observation and disidentification. Radha's devotion to Krishna was absolute, yet it was never a path of self-annihilation or a loss of her distinct identity. Her surrender was a conscious act of love, emanating from a place of profound inner strength and self-mastery. She understood that true union begins not with losing oneself in another, but by becoming fully realized in one's own essence. Your micro-exercise for this stage is precisely this. In the midst of or immediately after a conflict, consciously observe your emotional reactions without judgment. Notice the anger, the fear, the sadness. Acknowledge these feelings. I am observing feelings of frustration rather than I am frustrated. See them as non-self, like clouds passing in the sky of your consciousness. They are temporary events, not your eternal self. This practice, a cornerstone of Raja Yoga, empowers your will to detach from the mind's automatic reactions. By doing so, you begin to love with a devotion that honors your core identity, transforming the energy of attachment into the strength of sovereign presence. This inner shift is the true key to unlocking even the most stubborn karmic stalemates, allowing true resolution to emerge from within. The fourth, and perhaps most profound sign that your fights are karmic is the deep spiritual and emotional drain you experience after these conflicts. It's more than just being tired. It's a sense that something much larger than the current issue is at play, that your soul itself is being weighed down, calling for a significant shift in your dharma, your unique spiritual purpose and righteous path. These fights are not random. They are meticulously orchestrated by the universe, not as punishment, but as a catalyst for your highest growth. They are karmic lessons demanding a deeper alignment with your true self and challenging you to embrace your inherent sovereignty. You may feel a pull towards introspection, a quiet knowing that the external chaos is a mirror for an internal imbalance, urging you to prioritize your spiritual journey above external validation. This brings us to a crucial distinction between karma and dharma. Karma often manifests as repetitive patterns, obligations, or consequences from past actions that we must face and transcend. Dharma, on the other hand, is your soul's unique purpose, your inherent nature, and the path of righteousness that leads to liberation. When arguments consistently leave you feeling drained, it's a strong indication that you are perhaps clinging to a karmic pattern, rather than aligning with your higher dharma. Paramahansa Yogananda taught extensively on the journey of self-realization, emphasizing that true fulfillment comes from understanding and living in harmony with your divine purpose. He showed how the mind's attachments, the invisible error of identifying yourself with the success or failure of a relationship, can obscure your true nature. Your self is inherently complete, whole, and peaceful, regardless of external circumstances or relationship outcomes. The relentless nature of karmic conflicts is a divine push to realize this truth. It forces you to reevaluate where your sense of worth and completeness truly lies. Are you seeking to be the choice for another, or are you choosing your own self, your own spiritual path, your own inner peace first? This is the essence of sovereignty, realizing that your power, your happiness, and your freedom are not contingent upon another person's actions, presence, or approval. When you transmute the anxiety of the weight, the pain of the misunderstanding, or the frustration of the unresolved argument into energy for inner reflection and self-mastery, you are no longer a victim of circumstances. Instead, you become the conscious creator of your reality, guided by your awakened will. This shift from outer focus to inner sovereignty is the ultimate liberation from the karmic cycles, allowing you to engage in relationships from a place of wholeness rather than need. It is recognizing that the deep spiritual drain is a signal, prompting you to remember your true, unchanging nature. The more you desperately analyze your relationship conflicts, seeking an external solution, the more you unwittingly strengthen the karmic chains that bind you to repetitive patterns. Today, we've journeyed into the profound wisdom offered by Paramahansa Yogananda and the ancient teachings of Raja Yoga, revealing that true harmony in your relationships begins not with control over another, but with the unwavering sovereignty of your own self. We've uncovered the 4 potent signs that your recurring arguments are indeed karmic: the echo of unresolved past patterns, the eruption of disproportionate emotional reactions, the frustrating loop of misunderstanding and lack of resolution, and the deep spiritual and emotional drain that signals a profound call to your higher dharma. Each sign is not a judgment, but a sacred invitation from the universe to look inward, to reclaim your power, and to liberate your consciousness from the intricate web of attachment. Remember, your mind, though powerful, is merely an instrument. It is the self, your true essence, that holds the ultimate power of will. When conflicts arise, your inner response determines whether you continue to perpetuate a karmic cycle or consciously choose a path of transcendence. The wisdom of Radha teaches us to love with devotion, yes, but also with an unshakable sense of self, ensuring that your identity remains intact, sovereign, and deeply rooted in your spiritual truth. This journey from reactive patterns to conscious observation is the essence of Raja Yoga, the path of self-mastery. It is the active process of disidentifying with the non-self, your emotions, your ego, your conditioned responses, and anchoring yourself in the unshakable peace of your eternal self. This isn't about ignoring conflict or becoming emotionally detached in a cold way. It's about cultivating a profound inner calm that allows you to observe the storm without being swept away by it. It's about recognizing that the greatest battles are fought and won within the theater of your own mind. By applying the principles of Raja Yoga, by observing your reactions, by understanding the karmic roots of your relationship dynamics, you activate your inherent capacity for emotional sovereignty. You stop seeking external validation and begin to emanate an unshakable inner peace that naturally transforms your interactions. This practice liberates you from the anxiety of external outcomes, allowing you to engage in relationships from a place of wholeness and true power. Consider the lotus flower. It grows in muddy waters, yet it rises above them, blooming pure and untouched by the dirt below. In the same way, yourself, your true essence, remains pristine and untouched by the muddy waters of relationship conflict and karmic entanglement. Just as the sun's light is never diminished by the passing clouds, your inner light, your spiritual sovereignty, remains eternal and undiminished by the temporary storms of human interaction. The path of Radha's devotion, often misunderstood as mere romantic love, is in truth a profound illustration of bhakti yoga as a journey towards union with the divine self. Her love for Krishna was not a desperate clinging, but an expansive and conscious surrender that paradoxically deepened her own identity and power. She exemplified how true devotion enhances, rather than diminishes, one's spiritual essence. Your journey to transcend karmic relationship patterns is a sacred undertaking, a profound act of devotion to your own highest self. It is the ultimate expression of inner freedom, recognizing that your peace and completeness are not external acquisitions, but inherent qualities of your being. By embracing the disciplined self-observation of Raja Yoga and the insightful wisdom of Paramahansa Yogananda, you are not merely improving your relationships. You are actively engaging in the grand spiritual quest for self-realization. You are cultivating a profound inner refuge, a sanctuary of peace that no external storm can disturb. This is the promise of emotional sovereignty, to live from a place where your joy, your worth, and your love emanate from within, unconditioned by the shifting sands of external dynamics. Embrace this journey. It is the path to your liberation. If this perspective resonated with your deepest self, if it illuminated a hidden truth about your relationship patterns, and if it stirred a desire for profound inner transformation, then know you are not alone on this sacred journey. Share your insights and reflections in the comments below. What karmic patterns have you identified in your own life? How has this understanding shifted your view of conflict? Your reflections are a vital part of our collective growth. If this video helped you reflect on your own self and activated a new understanding, please consider giving it a like or sharing this new reflection with someone who might benefit. By doing so, you not only support this channel, but also help build a community of women dedicated to cultivating genuine sovereignty, spiritual depth, and conscious relationships. Join our Sangha, our spiritual community, by following our channel for more insights on unlocking your inner power and living a life rooted in clarity and unshakable peace.